G'day guys, how's it going? Alright, in this video what we're doing is we're going to install this DR650 front fender support. This basically will sit down here, get drilled to that, and that will act as a support for this front fender. Now some people do it because this fender will flap around at highway speed. For me that doesn't happen, it's not an issue. Another reason why you would use this is if you wanted to carry spare tubes or tools, having that on there will let you do that basically without busting your guard. So if you've got weight on there and you're going through a lot of vibration, more than likely what's going to happen is that the plastics are eventually going to just snap and bust. That will help prevent that from happening. Cool, alright, so I've got some different hardware that I've got to mount this from what came with this, because it comes with screws, so I'm going to show you what that is. I'll tell you the tools that you need, which is bugger all. Alright, let's get over and do it. Rightio guys, so what comes in the package is that, which is your support, and some bolts and nuts. Now I got mine from Vince Strand Motorcycles. They're up in New South Wales. Just bought it online. This is not sponsored or anything like that. It cost me $26 Australian for it. Rightio guys, so the tools that we're going to need to do the job is a drill with a 6mm drill bit in it. That's going to be to drill the holes through the fender to attach the support to it. An 8mm socket or spanner to remove the fender from off the bike. To attach use the bolts to attach it, you just need a 10mm socket or spanner. Oh, and of course we need a screwdriver, whether it can be a Phillips head or star screwdriver or a flat head screwdriver. That's basically it guys. Now I want to show you what these nuts that come with it. Now this is a magnet. So the hardware that comes with it, the nuts and bolts, they're just plain old metal. So what's going to happen over time is they're probably going to rust. And being in the position that they are, I don't want some rusty bloody nuts sitting on there. So obviously they're metal. That's a magnet. So I know that they're just straight up metal. They're not aluminium and they're not stainless steel. That's why I'm doing that. So that tells me they're not stainless steel. So what I've done is I went to Bunnings and I went and bought some exactly the same stuff, except they're not, well, these are stainless steel. So as you can see, this magnet won't connect to it. And I know they're not aluminium, and it says that they are stainless steel. Alright, so just as a side note, I've picked up shorter ones, because the ones that came were actually longer and I'd have to end up cutting them off. So I've got the shortest ones that I reckon that will work. They're a domed head, so this will be on the top of the fender, so that'll be nice and smooth. I'll have a nut, and it's just a normal nut. I could have gone with a nylon, but I couldn't find them there. So what I'm going to use is a spring washer. So that basically, using that spring washer means that it won't rattle off. Rightio, so you following me so far? Now let's get down and we're going to take this mud guard off. It's all muddy, I know that. I went out riding and I haven't bloody washed it. It's all raining at the moment, so I didn't want to go, if you know what I mean. Let's get into it. Rightio guys, so we've got 4 bolts in there that holds this whole fender on. So we just got to remove those. So that's a 8mm, where are we? 8mm socket. Just loosen those up. Alright, nothing too hard about that. Now I'll just zing these out. Let's do 3. Alright, we'll just grab this last one. There we go. Now, I should be able to turn that sideways. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. Don't forget to remove this screw out of there. Actually guys, I thought I'd better say that you don't actually have to remove this, because basically at this point we can slip that support in here and then just do all that up. But I'm going to clean this guard out because I want it all to be clean when I put it all together. If I had to wash this prior to doing this, it wouldn't have been a problem. All right, cool, I'll come back to you. Rightio guys, so I have cleaned up my mud guard, so it'll just make everything nice and clean for when I'm installing it. But, and as I was saying, you most probably won't have to fully take this off to do it, but I think you might have to now. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I thought I'd just match this up. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I've got the holes matched up down here, but down on these ones here, they're not fully matching up. Now if I look closely, and hopefully you guys can see it, it looks like this has been customized a little bit. You see there's obviously been a little bit drilled out on these bits here, and I think that would be to make it suit the DR650. But I've just tried putting all the screws in. I can get 3 in, but the last one doesn't go in. So I've got to drill these out a little bit more to allow that. So that'll be something to consider when doing it. Rightio guys, I reckon I got it about right now. I just used the drill press and widened these spots here where those bolts are going to go through, so I shouldn't have any problems now. Cool. Rightio guys, so with our fender like this, get our mount, put that over there, get our bolts that we took out, try and find a hole in here somewhere. Whoop, Jesus. Don't lose those, so that's a metal washer that goes all the way through, that saves your plastics. Okay, so put one on. Alright, got that first one in. Now we've just got to get the rest of them in, and that'll be just a bit of a wiggly getting it all in. That's the front 2 in. Cool bananas, that was a little bit easier than what I thought. Alright, so now we don't want to fully, I don't think there's going to be much movement in that anyway once that's in. So that's got to bend down, and that's it. Cool. So that looks pretty straight. There's no movement sideways to be able to get it right anyway, so I'm just going to do those up and that's it. Now these bolts weren't super tight. If you try and remember when you undo something how tight it was, and sometimes I'll hold, don't do it all the way up there so you get a lot of force, just bring your hand back a little bit. I know Alistair says he always ends up bloody putting too much pressure and he busts things. So, you know, a lot of the time things don't have to be super tight, they're just going to be tight. Beautiful. Now, I don't know if you can see, I'll put that back on, I'll just got to re-tighten that up. Cool. Alright guys, so all we've got left to do now is basically push that down there, drill these through holes, bolt it on, and we are done. So to do this part, I want that just to be sitting as it naturally would. This basically goes down. I don't want to be putting pressure and then making things push off. So I'll just do that, drill, and away we go. Alright, so remember it's just a 6mm drill. Rightio guys, so there is our holes. Rightio, so we've got our bolt on the top, it should go straight through, spring washer, and then the nut. Beautiful. So I'm going to grab that 10mm socket, put it on the nut underneath, and then hold the top with the star. Just do her up. Oh, that's it, and that will not come off with that spring washer. Rightio, put in another one, I'll give you a heads up, guys. You can see there's not much of that poking out. I reckon it's the shortest bolt I could have got. It only just grabs the nut. But it's, oh, geez, I'm scared to say it's perfect. Rightio, just got to tighten them up. That last one. Oh, beautiful. So yeah, don't have to cut any of those off. Brilliant. There you go, guys, that's a bloody job done. I reckon that's turned out alright. That was pretty easy. Just remember, more than likely I would take this front fender off and then make sure that those holes match up, so that then you can just gouge out a little bit extra using either a drill or a file or something like that. Otherwise you'll go to do it and you'll be fumbling around trying to bloody get these things in. That's not hard, just to undo that one screw to be able to remove that whole thing out. Cool, so now my next step is going to be try and find a bag system to run on there. I know they've got purpose-built ones, but I'm going to look at all the different options and see what I'm going to come up with, because that's fun. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that. Remember, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.